Hi, and welcome to our 49th episode. And my name is Sufyan Youssef, and I'm in conversation with the Dean and Director of Six Cricket Academy, Mr. Karthik Jeshwanth. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
The Dean has a message for you.
Just to wish you a happy 2026. It was a very good year for Six, and I hope it was the same for all you parents and cricketers who are watching. So, again, I wish you a very happy new year and a happy 2026.
Thank you, sir. In this episode, we have two questions. From your experience, how does parental anxiety impact the child's performance on and off the field?
It is quite a common question which is confronted by many of the parents. And being anxious or anxiety is a given. We are all human beings. We are not machines. We are not robots. So we do feel anxious when our children are playing, and we do pray for their performances and all that, which is very right. There's no doubt. When we are spending so much time and effort, trying to get our children to excel in a particular sport, it's an accepted thing. But Sufi, where the problem starts is when a child is playing. I'm talking from a developmental stage of the game, where we are catering to mostly the boys below the age of 16. So the parental help at that age is required. So once you're past 16, 17, the players can handle themselves. See, when there is a sport person in the family, so the whole focus from being a normal family with just school children going to school and back, that is a lot different compared to the same children who go to school and then have sport in their in the family. So everybody, including the grandparents, the sisters, the brothers, obviously the parents, they all get involved. Now when they're involved, if it is positive, it is fine. If it is negative, it is going to affect the entire family, and certainly the athlete who has to go and deliver the next morning. So in no way, by showing that you are anxious, it is going to help your child in any way. And also in the space of being anxious, the parents in the space of being anxious try to help the child by giving their information of intelligence. They want to share their intelligence. Selection matches coming up, selector is watching. Now this is the score you have to get. Don't play the balls which are outside the off stump. Probably your son must be a very good square cut player, and you have told exactly that don't play anything outside the off stump, because once or twice you have got out. So now what happens? Where does he get runs from? So he's going to leave that for some time, and then he'll play a rash stroke and come back. Played 50 balls, scored 10 runs. In what way it's going to help selection? So my advice to the parents would be to allow your child to go and express himself, which he knows better than the parents, because I understand that the parents have excelled in a different arena. So sport is not that easy. So if you simply think in from an empathetic point of view, that when I was at that age, what would I have done? Versus, I've told you not to do it, your coach has told you not to do it, and you went and did exactly the same thing. If you rewind yourself, there are many decisions which you have taken, which your elders or your parents or your teachers have told you something, which you have gone the other way. Now, why did you do it? If you can do mistakes, why can't your children do? And people get better by doing mistakes. So instead of trying to be very right from the start, I would rather, so coming back to, summarize this question of, the best is, allow your child to play the sport for right reasons, not to make a career out of it. I understand the efforts you're putting, this money you're spending, all that I do understand. But not everybody are destined to make it big. So now, again, there will be a follow-up question as to, when do I make it a career-oriented thing? So for most of the parents who really do not know how the system works, it is about, are you being selected? Are you being called by so many clubs, so many academies, so many coaches, please come and play with us? Or are you a guy who's struggling to make it to the 15? Are you being a performer for the state? Are you a match winner for the state? That is when, even then, you're not assured of a cricket career. So because the sacrifices you make, like, compromise on studies and so many other things, your friends, your relatives, Now, it is worth it. It will be only worth it if you're going to make it very big and remain there for a long time and make a career out of the sport. Otherwise, it is going to be like, I played junior cricket for what? You know, it's not going to take you anywhere. So just be aware of that. And when the right time comes of you excelling at the state level and contributing to the win of the teams, that is when you know that is your child as a career. That is when you got to fold up everything and take cricket as a career. Otherwise, being anxious about his performance on the field, I would rather say go up to say you be anxious when your child is not getting enough marks for him to progress in academics. So I think that will be a better thing. And keep your body language cool. Be empathetic. So this is my advice.
Thank you, sir. So I've had this question. A lot of young parents have been reaching out to me. Is winning at a young age harmful or helpful?
I wouldn't say harmful. It is a helpful thing to you know to show that okay, you belong to that arena, say of that sport, if whatever sport I've chosen at a young age. But that's not the end all. Just because the child has excelled at a junior level, now, there are many reasons. See, one of the main things, in a particular sport is the psychological, physical, the technical, and the tactical. Now, at a young age, some people are psychologically strong compared to the other kids. Some children are physically stronger than the other kids. But both these things even out when the child reaches 16, 17, 18. So at that time, the competition becomes at par, where everybody are as strong as you, everybody can think as well as you. That is when do you have the real ability, real talent, do you have the work ethics, all these come in. So it is not a harmful thing, but don't get carried away that my son can fold up everything just because you've done well at the 14, 16 level. My son can give up everything and now just focus only on the cricket or any other sport.
If I can come in, we've also discussed this before that if he's under 14, he's doing well. It's not guaranteed that under 16 is doing well, right?
Career path is never linear. It's got spikes. There's ups and downs, ups and downs. Now you may be a good player, but then when you're in down, do you have the capability, the work ethics to come back? Are you resilient to come back? So these are all things which are not tested at that level. So everybody has to go through the ups and downs. How good sport is all about that. So this is what the sport should teach, and this is what the parents should take away from the sport, rather than just looking at career. And not everybody makes it big. So like I always keep telling about how many players have played for the country in test matches, hardly about 330, 340 players from the last 75, 8 years. So that should give you a message. So that should not be looked as a negative for you to take up or not take up the sport. It is every sport helps you. It teaches values, it teaches physical, you are physically fit with that good character. Then with that you become healthy. There are a lot of advantages. If you play for the right kind of reasons, then you are not under pressure. Otherwise, you are constantly as a parent under pressure, as a player under pressure. You are only chasing selection. Try to become your best is the message for the players.
Thank you so much to all our subscribers from the family of 6. Happy New Year, and we are back on 1st of April. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy New Year again.